The decision to address Bell's Walk is welcome and long overdue. This simple yet effective change will improve access and enhance the usability of Adams Road, a scheme that we eagerly anticipate. Specifically now in regard to the Melbourne and Meldrift Greenways, in 2022, CamCycles submitted a detailed consultation response on the Melbourne Greenway. We provided 51 specific constructive comments aimed at shaping the design. And when we do this, we hope this level of detail ultimately starts a conversation, goes on to a discussion, fosters a collaborative approach, and achieves good outcomes. This collaborative approach cannot be taken for granted. Without it, we wouldn't have such schemes as Milton Road, which would be a shadow of the scheme that we have today if it wasn't for the work of the community and of key stakeholders. However, to achieve that outcome on Milton Road, CamCycle and others had to fight originally to get a seat at that table. And we do not have the capacity or often the knowledge to fight every time that the GCP enters that kind of design period and window. More collaboration, such as involvement in design workshops, would aid the GCP and the community to achieving better outcomes. Now, I've heard some positive things from local members that this engagement has been done well with certain stakeholders, so I suppose there's a kind of personal gripe about how maybe that involvement is happening specifically with CamCycle. But we always find when we enter into design processes that the more stakeholders you bring together, the more that you balance those competing demands. Whereas if you speak to road safety in isolation, we get really kind of road-centric things that can often be kind of abutting what we might need to be doing, which is get more people cycling. These papers ask members to approve changes to the Melbourne and Meldrift Greenways without any detail as to what these changes are. For example, the report mentions a need to change the surfacing from red. What exactly is this need? Is it cost, practicality? Well, trade-offs are necessary. They should be transparently discussed, not framed as non-negotiables. Good outcomes like those on Milton Road require a collaborative approach, stakeholders to strike balance, as I've said. And we need to think about how we embed this into the GCP's design process. Thank you.
Moving on to the points made by Josh Grantham from CamCycle. The Melbourne Greenway is currently at detailed design stage and has taken in CamCycle's comments alongside other stakeholder and resident comments as part of 3 different stakeholder engagement periods and consultations that we've had. Our response to the latest engagement was clearly set out in a paper to the Executive Board alongside the outline business case in 2023. Changes are required to remove the red surfacing previously set out for the sections through Melbourne and Meldrift and replace them with physical measures such as flat-top speed humps and priority narrowing, which will be undertaken instead. This is to support both villages' 20-mile-an-hour zones. A traffic regulation order will follow with a consultation as part of its process, and we've been engaging with members and parish councils as CamCycle have mentioned. GCP meet regularly with CamCycle as part of our non-motorised user group, where greenway schemes are discussed, and they have been involved in workshops on the design in the past. When the new designs are finalised, we will share the latest design on our website so that they will be available.